Hello, everyone. This is Roshan, and thank you all for joining. Today, we will talk about one of the very important topic, at least very close to my heart, which is competition. Well, we all know that we are a product of competition. Whether from our birth to competing at school level or any sports, we are always taught to compete, and we are also taught to compete gracefully. We are taught to compete in a way that we do not lose the spirit of the game or the spirit of why we are competing, but to do our best. So it brings the best out of us as well as the best out of the situation. So I'm sure many of you take competition in a very positive way, and so is the whole corporate world. We see competition all around. There are very few things which comes out of the blue ocean where it's just something very new, very novel, and then it does some unique things, but then we see there is a competition that crops up in that space as well. So I don't think competition is anything new, but how we deal with it is obviously something that we all should be thinking about. We all should be deliberating about it and how we can manage it very effectively, because competition is sometimes like sinking sand. If you do not effectively manage it, it is going to sink you in. But when I think about competition, it reminds me about the movie, The Life of Pi. And in that movie, there was this lion and a boy, and both were on a boat stranded in an ocean. And this boy um, mentions that, he could survive as many days. I don't exactly remember, probably 50 some days, because of that lion. I'm sorry, I think it was a tiger, and the name of the tiger was Richard Parker. And so the boy narrates the story later on and said he could survive all these days because of Richard Parker. So what does that mean? He says that that Richard Parker was keeping him on his toes. He knew that the moment this if I doze off, this tiger is gonna eat me up. So similar thing happens in the real world, right? When we are thinking about competition, we think about Richard Parker. If we doze off, that competition is going to eat me up. So it's very important that we see competition in the right frame. We see competition in a way that is positive. It's in fact inspiring to see where this whole trajectory is designed to be. We cannot work in isolation, and so it's important to know what others are doing. So you want to make sure you are two steps ahead of the game. It's so I think it's a very important lesson for us all throughout our career. And other way I also look at this is, I've spent almost 15 years in corporate. And if there is one lesson that I would suggest that we should learn from corporate in the startup world, is dealing with competition. Because we have seen that large organizations are matured enough to understand that how to deal with competition with grace, because they know both will exist tomorrow and day after. So you do not want to do anything, um, act in any way, say any word that is not um, becoming of you, that should not reflect badly on you. So we take a very high moral ground, very cautious approach when it comes to competition. We do not indulge in any kind of situation that will make us look bad. Another example I can think of is, when people wants to indulge you, right? They want to poke you, they want to pull you down, so you go at that level with them and fight that dirty battle, and it gets them some fly by night popularity. But it's not you. you know I have always believed in doing things with a lot of grace, with a lot of dignity, and do things which is long term. And in long term, it is very important that we do not regret our actions. We do not regret our words, and we do not regret any relations we built. So and in doing so, competition is a part of the ecosystem that we live in. We cannot sometimes choose who will compete with us. So let them be who they are. Let them be the way they want to be. Let them be the way they want to deal with you. But how we deal with them is totally up to us. And we choose always the high moral ground. We choose the path of dignity. So when we are dealing with our competition, that's our approach. Everybody may not agree with it, but we believe in the way of doing things with a lot of grace. And we also believe if you are not doing that, you are a ticking time bomb. You're going to explode by yourself. We don't have to do anything. We just focus on two things: the product we build and the client we serve. the, and if these two things are well aligned, the product and the client, I think we got the right recipe for the success, the value that needs to be created between the synergy of the product and the client. And that's what we care about. So just wanted to come out and share a little thought about competition. I hope there is some good takeaways for you all as well. And hopefully you will also be thinking in terms of how do you need to deal with competition. But if you want to take one word of advice, I would say always be graceful about it. Always be dignified. Take the high roads and do the right things. Hopefully that will pay you in the long run, and that's how it should be done. If you like my videos, do subscribe to our channel, or just connect with us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, and continue to learn more. Thank you.